here for Microtrains. We're located in Southern Oregon. We're here at the Amherst Railway Society's Big Railroad Show, January of 2024. And it's always a great time, a great show to exhibit at for us. And at this show, one of the biggest things that we're announcing that's brand new for us is we've decided to take a leap into HO scale. And what we're doing is we're partnering with AccuRail HO scale undecorated freight car kits. And we then will paint the cars and decorate them as we do our N-scale cars, weathered, graffiti artwork, and then we'll repackage them in kit form and then distribute them to our network of authorized retailers. So we have some samples here of what we've done in the past in N-scale, ACF 2-bay covered hoppers, and right behind our N-scale models are the AccuRail models that we decorated. And they are like for like to our N-scale. We're very excited about this. We'll be doing a number of different freight car styles that sync up with our N-scale styles. And again, that's from AccuRail, their car kits. Also at the show this year, we're introducing one of our ongoing theme train sets. This is the Area 51 train set. And it has the military boxcar. It has the shrouded alien, who knows what exactly, spaceship, line saucer, and then we have to the viewer's right-hand side the flat car with all of the military, military equipment. Area 51 set. Also here at the show, Microtrains, of course, our bread and butter product line, if you will, is N-scale. At this show, we're announcing and launching a per diem car set, 12 cars over the course of the 12 months coming up. And then previously announced, we're close to having our first release ready, is our Thrall 60-foot, 70-ton flat car. And we're really excited about this. In addition to it being all new tooling, we're going to have a lot of fun, and we have a lot of flexibility with the loads that we can produce that will ride on the flat car. We'll be using multi-mediums, 3D printing, laser cut, and of course resin cast. So we're very excited for that. And then in the spring, we'll be releasing our Union Pacific 60-foot high cube boxcars, and then also another example of our themed sets. We have Southern Pacific flat cars with the LVT loads, which are in essence tanks, and that's illustrated right here.
Hey everyone, it's Matt Mosikas with Atlas Motor Railroad, and we got tons of new product for you today. We have the much anticipated MP36s, decorated samples for Metro. This is something I'm not even a Chicago area person, but it's a really, really cool commuter loco. It's much needed for a modern layout. As well as matching Metro Nippon Shiro passenger cars. So this is an updated sample with the tint we're going to use, the clear windows in the middle, clear windows for the cab. It's going to have beautiful interior lighting, great value for around $100. Really can't get a detailed car like that nowadays. Here's a Metro Rock Island. Great heritage scheme, cool colors, coming at you fast. As well as HO GP38s finally with ditch lights factory installed. As well as another upgrade in this run, not really mentioned in our catalog, but we made etched metal radiator fans. Great additional detail. Another good locomotive announcement that a lot of you have been waiting for, the U30C Phase 1s. I have the Reading road name in my hands right now, which has prototypical rain drip strips on the cab. You see that with prototypical horn location. Really, really cool models. Cool stuff. As well as Cortec 3000s. Highly, highly detailed. We're in New England, this is Boston and Maine. Very prevalent car up here. If you're a New England modeler or even like mid-Atlantic modeler, you're gonna need cars like this on your layout. Okay, I got the O scale comic cars here. Highly anticipated. These haven't been released for at least, I would say, 12 years was the last time these were in production. So naturally we upgraded. Interior lighting is now LEDs. This is 2-rail version. LED headlight, all that good stuff. This is MBTA, so for you Boston guys, these cars actually match our Premier F40s for the MBTA. So you won't have 3 or 4 different purples. You'll have a solid train of Atlas products. Because we know the MBTA purple is hard to match. Other manufacturers, including ourselves, all vary on it. And for you Amtrak guys, we got the Horizon cars. Really necessary for contemporary Amtrak modeling. Still in service from the mid-90s to present day. This is a cafe car. Got the latest Amtrak logo on here. This is Phase 5. Really cool. Definitely necessary for really anywhere from the Midwest, like anywhere in the Midwest, you see these cars rolling around. So wide market range. And that's our Common Horizon cars due in April. Order now. So continuing with the theme of new arrivals, I have the N-Scale 3230 covered hopper. These call frac sand and all other sorts of powder, small granulate commodities. I have the General American paint scheme in my hands right now with the cool GATX blue logo. Very finely detailed N-Scale car. Probably one of the top best in the market you're gonna get. These are in stock now. Please order them now because they are very few left. We want to see them on your layouts. Really cool cars. As well as the GP40s with new additions such as ditch lights, which is huge. Never done before. I got the Port Harbor road name in my hands. This is honoring first responders. It's got EMS, police, fire. It's such a cool paint scheme. These won't last long. Please order them now. Hey everyone, I got a little Z-Scale preview for you. We just started producing Z-Scale rolling stock, but if you haven't known, we've produced Z-Scale track and accessories for a while. And I believe Train World has just started carrying the track, our Z-Scale track. So we have really great flex track. If you like our Code 55 N-Scale track, our Z-Scale track is very similar to that. Robust for Z-Scale, flex track and Z-Scale, it's realistic. And we have 2 number 5 turnouts as well. So to continue on with a little sneak peek of our first ever Z-Scale rolling stock, I got the British Columbia Evans double box car in my hands. Cool scheme with the flower, really iconic. HO and O-Scale guys know this very well. Atlas has made this forever. And now we're welcoming it to Z-Scale and hopefully many more pieces of rolling stock.
Megan Frazier here with Lionel Trains, excited to celebrate 65 years of Barbie with Ken. We got 3 different boxcars celebrating 3 different decades of Barbie. Hi, Megan Frazier here with Lionel, excited to talk to you about our HO products today. We have all of our items showcased here from our last March release, and you'll hear it first. Our next release is on March 13th. Megan Frazier here with Lionel Trains. I'm here with Rob Boss.
Hi Megan.
Hi Bob. We're so excited. We have Bob Ross in the 2024 catalog with a whole bunch of new products, including I think the fan favorite, the water tower here, Bob Ross Gallery, and some really fun box cars this year. What do you think?
I think these are going to be great. No happy little accidents here.
Absolutely. Hey everyone, Megan Frazier with Lionel Trains. Excited to share with you our Willy Wonka train set. Comes with an 080 locomotive, chasing gondola, boxcar and caboose. You can also add on a great everlasting gobstopper tank car or the Willy Wonka golden ticket boxcar. What do you think, Willie?
Come get some candy.
Hey guys, Ryan Kunkel here from Lionel Trains at the Amherst Train SHow. We've got a great wall full of brand new high-end locomotive samples from the last 2 catalogs, from the Burke and the Hiawatha to the A5, H7s, 2662s, consolidations, the brand new SD50, M1, and of course the Vision triplexes that'll be delivering later this summer. So come on out and see us at the show, or visit your friends over at Trainland and get your orders in. Ryan with Lionel back here at the Amherst Show with some of our great mid-range products, including our Lion Chief 2.0 RDCs, Doodle Bugs, and steam locomotives. This is a wonderful system that includes the best of the electronics with simple features and details and a price tag that is layout friendly. Lionel is continuing to expand its HO line. Not only do we have some brand new rolling stock tooling, but we've also been building a wonderful line of kits. These are easy to build, fun to do. You can customize them, decorate them however you like. If I can do it and not screw it up, so can you. Meet Lionel's new HO line, including some newly tooled rolling stock. These cars feature excellent weight, metal wheels, metal couplers. They're designed for operation and durability. Come in dozens of road names with more to come very soon. We also have our great sets that run on DC, DCC, and Lionel Bluetooth, so you can control them any way you like. And for the scale modelers, check out our new lighting system. Some wonderful, highly detailed scale lights that are easy to install and wire on your layout. What's old is new again. Check out the Mickey and Minnie handcar. This was one of last year's biggest sellers from the catalog, celebrating the Disney 100th anniversary and our long partnership with Lionel and Disney. And if you like this, you'll love the new Polar Express versions coming in the Volume 1 catalog of this year. Just wind them up and have a great time. There you go.
Hey everyone, Megan Frazier here with Lionel Trains. Excited to have some new product in stock all ready to go here to showcase at the event. Kicking off with our Disney 100 Lion Chief set with a really cool special finish on it celebrating Disney's 100 years, as well as the boxcars to go with it. We also have some really fun things for you with Justice League, Batman, The Flash, and of course a Justice League boxcar with all the characters on it, and the really cool Wonder Woman Invisible Jet flat car. We're also showcasing some of our Made in the USA items here, as well as John Deere, Budweiser, and the really cool Harry Potter add-on passenger coaches with all the Hogwarts houses featured on them. Come see them today and contact Train World to get yours. Thank you.
Hi everyone, Dave from Lionel here at the Amherst Train SHow at the Big E in Springfield, Massachusetts. Got our sample of our Erie Vision-Line Triplex, the Halloween version, as well as the blue Erie version. Showing it off with the smoke effects, swinging bell, and the wheel slip feature. Great locomotive that we're very excited about and coming soon to Train World and Trainland.
Hey everyone, this is Jim with Athearn, and I'm here at the Amherst show, and we've got one of our first samples of the bicentennial legendary liveries Union Pacific DDA 40X. And this locomotive here is part of our legendary liveries. However, that being said, in 1975 this almost happened. There was a committee at Union Pacific Rail that had designed this bicentennial paint scheme. And when the paint scheme was brought up to all of the management, it was voted upon. Unfortunately, one vote was cast against it, and that did not allow this to actually exist in the real world, but it could have. If that one person had voted yes, the Union Pacific would have painted 6900 in the paint scheme you see here today. Now this is a super limited release. We announced it back in July of 2021. It also comes with a matching caboose. Now the caboose is completely fictitious, but we wanted to offer it for the modelers that like the bicentennial style paint schemes. This is going to have all the features that a standard Genesis model would have. Lighting features, as you can see here. You've got your number boards, your headlights. You've also got your rotating beacon on the top. And of course, you can get this with the Tsunami 2 sound decoder. So next, we've got our lineup of the first run of the AC 4400s. These are going to be in stores really quickly, so contact Train World. These are coming in, probably be in about March or so you don't have to wait too much longer. These are the final production samples. They've been signed off by our product developers, and again, AC 4400s, first time for Genesis. Should see these in the spring. Jim at Athearn, and I want to show you, if you're doing some model railroading and get hungry, don't worry, Athearn has got you all set. This is our concession stand caboose. Now we announced these back in June of 2022, and these are going to be available pretty soon. We're probably thinking about summer or fall. But what you've got is what a lot of us see on our roadside attractions, a standard caboose that has been purchased by a private investor, and they've turned it into a concession stand. Now what's cool about this model is not only does it have the cool awnings and the lights and the menus, this is the first draft that we've gotten that John, our lead developer, has put together. You've got the stand and the place to order your food, but what's of particular note is this. How many times have you seen these as you're traveling? These signs are going to be included, and yes, they will have LEDs that will light up, and not only that, but the way the LEDs are set up, they're going to have the JST style plug, so they are compatible with the Woodland Scenics Just Light Up series. Also what we got, and I know you guys have been excited about this, the 50th anniversary Connecting America for 50 years Amtrak P42. These are on the water as I speak here at the show, so they're going to be coming to Train World really soon. So if you pre-ordered one of these, don't worry, your days of waiting are almost over. If you didn't pre-order, I would suggest getting on the website or on the phone with Train World now and getting that order in. They are going to go quick. Here we've got the SD70 ACUs, of course. Canadian Pacific built these from shells of locomotives of the SD90s. These SD70 ACUs, we've got two here at the show that we're showing. This is from the second announcement a few years ago. Here we've got the naval version 7023, and we've also got the Army version 7020. You'll notice that you're going to have the Genesis details all there, specific to each locomotive. You're going to have the lighting features such as the number boards, the ground lights, the ditch lights, the headlights. And if you look on top, you'll see that you've got your PTC array. So these are cleared for mainline freight. You should be seeing these probably towards the end of the summer of 2024.
Hey, Bill Schneider here from Rapido Trains. I have a couple new announcements for the show. The first is the Berlin Mills boxcar. This is the Pacific Card Foundry 5241. This is the car that was owned by the Berlin Mills Railway, the Short Line, and also Boston and Maine, and then went on to a whole bunch of second-hand owners. These are our first samples on this. Full underbody detail as usual. The Pacific Card Foundry ribbed ends, flat roof. Lots of paint schemes, the original Boston and Maine and Berlin Mills, and then lots of repaints, both through Pan Am and the patch outs. So the other new car that we're announcing here at the show is the Pennsylvania Railroad G22 gondola. This is a 46-foot gondola built by the Pennsy in thousands, ran all over the country. We're offering this in both a standard gondola and the gondola with the cement containers, which is a removable load. The containers are also available separately. These use a die-cast floor for lots of weight. They track great. Full underbody detail again, of course. Semi-scale couplers, the works. These are, again, first production samples. So also new here at the show, we're showing for the first time, these are the first samples of the H1644 locomotive, Fairbanks Morse, which has been, project's been in the works for a long time. We're finally able to show real parts, real samples. Lots of different variations on this, different sills, different hoods, different ends, different cabs, each one railroad's prototype specific. Very excited for this project.
So in the front here we have Metra F40 PHM-2s and technically -3s. This one in the foreground is the rebuilt ones that they got in the mid-2010s back from Progress Rail. Some of the upgrades on that, you have a PTC antenna. They've removed a beacon on the top and it's just a warning or like emergency light beacon compared to the originals. And there's a couple other changes to the door windows and things like that. One really neat feature of these is there's a lot of piping for the air tanks on the side that's quite a confusing mess to recreate. There's the really unique sloped front windshield with etched metal And then on the rebuilds, they got a plow instead of the original pilot that they had as delivered. On the as delivered, you have a beacon that was on during service as just like a warning beacon as a second one on the top. And there is going to be a lot of lighting on the front of these because they have both ditch lights, headlights, and gyro lights. And it'll be really neat to see that paired with the gallery cars, where on this late version of the gallery car, much like the F40, you would have a headlight, there's a gyro light below that, there's ditch lights at the bottom, and then there's marker lights in the middle. On the cab cars, you'll have a speaker coming on the inside, lighting boards on both levels to give even lighting. And you're able to put your own decoder into it. It's really easy to take the shell off. You can put that decoder in, and then you get the control for the horn, the bell, the lighting on the end. You can run it as a push-pull set with either. And then, there's an earlier version too that has the different lighting arrangement that existed, I'd say, in like the 80s and before, where it's just marker lights in the headlight, but then there's the warning beacon on the top. And that would pair really well with the rebuilt BN Pep Power E9s. So when these gallery cars were originally delivered, they had steam heat and were provided electricity by diesel generator cars that Burlington had made, but they upgraded both the gallery cars and the E units in the early 70s, added this HEP generator to provide head-end power, and have these cooling fans that help cool that generator. There's more vents that appear on the side and some other tweaks that appear on the nose. You have a beacon on top, and this is a really classic set of equipment running throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s on the racetrack before the E9s were replaced with the F40s, which still run to this day. And just as a reminder too, these gallery cars, the coaches, and the head-end cars rebuilt a little bit, are actually still in service despite build dates in the 50s and 60s. So they're still running in Metro Suburban service at the present. So here we have the BART cars. These are the very first samples, and as such they have some little damages from handling and some things missing. But what you're looking at is the A car, which is the really iconic car delivered when BART first opened, with this super futuristic, streamlined, simplified front and shell. And these cars are common question with them. BART is a broad gauge system, but there's no real broad gauge track. So what these cars are is correctly scaled for the size of them, but on the underside, your wheels are HO scale. So they work on HO scale track. But while we're looking at the underside, there's some really neat features. On the A car, we have this transit coupler that swings out of the way. Just like the real thing, an A car in service, you don't need to couple it to anything, so it sits to the side. But if you wanted to see what it looks like, you got the ability to change that. We also have third rail detail that I would say has never really been created before, because there's hardly any transit models. You have a plow that's in front of the front wheel. That's to guard the third rail equipment from any debris on the track and knock it out of the way, protect it, and there's a guard there. Then you have the third rail shoes sticking out from the side with some of the wiring and high voltage wiring that gets it in. On the underside, you have all the equipment boxes. That's actually where the motor is on this car, because it's hidden from the floor. The floor is metal to give the weight so it can pull the coaches, the trail behind it. And this comes with a lighting board that's tucked on the inside of the roof and gives you full lighting features. You'll get the regular headlights and the marker lights on the A car. The hole you're seeing is because I removed a sample that came with it, but these came originally smooth, and the delivery of the product, this will be smooth. Yeah. What you can do is you can add this optional high headlight by drilling out. We'll have a lightweight for that. That high headlight was installed by BART later in service light, because there's a lot of sloping up and down trackage where if the train's coming over that hump, they wanted to add a high headlight so it appeared to other operators coming at it earlier, and it wasn't a surprise in the train. So both that car and the C car did get a high headlight. C car is going to be the same thing where you can add that high headlight. On the C car, your 3 sets of lights are headlights, marker lights, and then Hostling lights for yard use. Those are a function you can activate. Some of the other sound functions, you get station announcements, you're going to have accurate sounds for the different power systems and things like that. And then on the C car, an interesting feature, these did run mid-train, so we'll give you a polybag part with the diaphragm that you could install if you wanted to put that car in mid-train service as a pass-through car rather than a head-end car. So you get some flexibility with that. Comes with the same underframe details. C cars are also powered on the underside. And then your B car, as your coach in between, as many as you want to add, comes with a lighting board with flicker-free lighting, and it's not weighted in the same way because it's a trailing car. And all of them have these NEM swinging couplers. What's great about these is they get you close clearance on straightaways and on curves because they have a little flexibility to take those curves. So that'll really help these look correct in sort of a tight train set going around all the trackage you create for them or run them on. So really excited to see the next samples of these where we'll potentially have paint on them and get you a better sense of what they look like. And I think the order deadline on these is February 15th to get your orders in for this set of bar cars.
Hi, Matt Stern from Bachmann Trains here, and I'm going to talk to you about a few of our new products and upcoming announcements. So right here we have our BL2s in HO scale. These are some highly requested locomotives. They're really cool early EMDs. They're going to come with DCC on board. We then have our new DCC Sound SD40-2 paint schemes, which includes the Santa Fe SPSF Kodachrome scheme and the Commonwealth Quality scheme. We then have, of course, our Amtrak ALC 42s in the Phase 7 scheme. These are expected actually in a couple of months from now, so look out for these on Train World very soon. Up here we have our new 060s, totally retooled with new road-specific details. These are going to come with Soundtrack's Economy sound. We then have our new GP38s, including Amtrak Maintenance of Way. And we have the New York Central GP40 coming as well. Down here we have some new cabooses. These are some new paint scheme additions to our offset cupola caboose. We've got Ann Arbor Railroad, and we've got a Great Northern. And down here we have some of our brand new train set announcements. This is a new announcement as of this show. This is our Ringling Brothers and Barnum & Bailey Circus Spectacular train set in HO scale. This is celebrating the return of the Ringling Brother and Barnum & Bailey Circus. They came back and have started touring again as of late 2023, and this is their new color scheme. So it's really vibrant, really cool looking, and should be a hit with the kids. We also have our Elf on the Shelf Scout Up Express set over here. We introduced this in the Anna Murray show last year, but I don't believe we had a sample yet at that point. This is in the classic Elf on the Shelf colors. And you've got the steam locomotive, gondola, boxcar, and a little bobber caboose. And with that, you actually get a little scale-sized Elf on the Shelf as well to sit in the gondola. And continuing our HO scale releases, we also have the first painted samples of our angled hood coil cars. Just like our other coil cars that were previously released, they come with removable hoods, and they will come with a load of 6 coils inside that you can remove. These are available in B&O, Milwaukee Road, Reading, and Rock Island. We also have the first samples of our narrow gauge telephone locomotives. I believe you may have seen these on Thomas Tuesday already. They're not Thomas products, but they're, we know there's a lot of crossover with these. So we're pretty excited to bring these to the market. We have a new Christmas quad hopper we just announced this weekend. This is for Claus Coal Mines. Santa loves it, kids don't. And in our standard HO scale freight car line, we're announcing that we're now doing 2 road numbers per car for select cars, because we realize 1 road number is not enough to build a train. With 2 at least, you can double what you have, and with some different cars in there, different road names, you can build a train twice as fast. So we got, and this is actually a new paint scheme as well. We're doing the CSX corporate logo scheme, which has never been done on this car before. We have 2 new additions to our Express Reefer range. We have Lehigh Valley, and we have Denver and Rio Grande. And then over here, we have our 44 tonner samples. We have a classic Santa Fe, Union Pacific, Baltimore, Ohio, and Amtrak, which actually exists in real life. It runs in Beech Grove at their shops. And moving into our N-scale announcements, we have the first samples. These are unpainted samples of our N-scale coil cars. They come with the hoods that are removable, just like the HO ones, and they even come with removable loads inside too. Unlike the HO ones, we're doing a simultaneous release of both the rounded hood and the angled hood designs. So they will both be released at the same time, which probably is going to be later this year. We also have the first painted samples of our chemical tank cars. We have the small dome version and the large dome version. We've got these in 4 paint schemes: Diamond Chemical, Penn Salt, Poker Chemical, and Engelhard. We also have our new drop-end gondolas. These are totally newly tooled cars. They have working functional drop ends that will lift up and drop down to allow you to put larger loads on, just like on the prototype. They've got really nice underside detail on them, and they're just very cool cars. We also have the first samples of our totally retooled SD40-2. We had an SD40-2 in the line a long time ago. This is completely different to that one. That one was an older model. It wasn't as accurate as we wanted it to be, so we built this from the ground up. We've got 4 versions. We've got CSX, we've got Santa Fe, Norfolk Southern, and we got Union Pacific. We also have a new North Pole and Southern Christmas car for our 40-foot boxcar range, the sliding opening door. This is for North Pole and Southern North Star Present Express service. And we have a Rio Grande bobber caboose to finish out the freight car range. In passenger cars, we're actually bringing a whole new train into the smooth side passenger car line with 3 passenger cars, or 3 coach cars, an observation car, and a baggage car. These are in the Pennsylvania Railroad fleet of modernism scheme, and they will go fantastic with our previously released Streamline K4 Pacific, which actually ran with those cars in reality. And of course, we also have our ALC 42s in N-scale. We have the Phase 7 Amtrak scheme here. We've got the J1 scheme, very popular one. And we've got the Phase 6 scheme as well. And these all come with TCS Wow Sound, and every single feature on it is the same as the features on the HO, so there's no loss in functionality for the smaller scales. Moving up here, we have a few new paint scheme announcements for this show actually. We have a New York Central version of our 262. We have 3 new GP40s. We've got CSX in the sound range, and then we've got 2 standard DC with B&O and Canadian National with Grand Trunk markings. And then we have 2 additions to our 50-foot reefer range, including the Fruit Growers Express Solid Cold scheme, which is a really iconic, cool scheme, and you know, it's been long overdue for this line, so we're happy to bring it to the line. We also have the Canadian National Beef scheme. This actually goes in the same train. This was in a promotional train in 1971, the Canadian National ran. It also had the cylindrical hopper with the rainbow colors on the side from our line, and the newsprint boxcar in our track-leading 50-foot boxcar range. So those 3 cars will actually make a prototypical train in reality. And over here, we have our new Siemens train sets. This is the first time we've had all the painted samples available to show at once. We've got the Via Rail Canada Charger set with the Venture cars, and then we've got the Amtrak Midwest set with its Venture cars over here. I'll just lift up one of these cars so you're able to see it. We have 4 coach cars in the Amtrak Midwest series. They all come with interior lighting, and they actually come with functional marker lights that can be controlled with a little dial underneath this hatch on the roof. So you can choose which marker lights you want to have on. On the Via Rail one, you've got the 2 business class cars here. You've got the 2 coach class cars. And then all the way over here at the end of the train, this is the first painted sample we had of the cab car, which has never been seen before until this show. And these are expected. Everything else in the Via Rail set is actually shipping now, but these cab cars are just finishing up in development, and we're expecting to see these later this year. They actually come with DCC and sound installed on them. They have the same TCS Wow Sound features that the locomotive has, except there's no engine sounds. There's only sounds that are appropriate to a cab car. So you have the horn, you have the station announcements, and you have the brakes. Over here, this is what everybody's been talking about. This is the big one, literally. This is our Amtrak Acela 2, the full 9-car consist. This is the very first painted sample. The train will arrive in a train set version, which will come with 2 power cars, the 2 transition cars at the end with the full truck and the 1 shared truck, and they'll come with the cafe car in the middle. To make the full 9-car train, we are making all of the other cars as well, with the correct road numbers as well. So you'll have 6 separate tail cars, 3 cars in the train set, the 2 power cars, which will make up the full consist. These come DCC sound ready, which means they have a speaker installed in them, and they have a provision for an easy drop-in of a DCC decoder. So all you need is a decoder, you already have the speaker, you'll be ready to go. And these come with interior lighting, and the train set version also comes with a oval of our concrete tie easy track as well. Behind this here, we've got our Phase 6 AOC 42, which has been out for a while. These are shipping now. These are available at Train World. And we also have our Phase 7s here, which are expected imminently. This is Amtrak's new corporate scheme that is going to be seen across the network. Really cool looking scheme. We're really excited to see these. We also have our 2 new additions to the ACS 64 Amtrak range. We have the 600, which is named David L. Gunn, which is right there on the front, named after one of Amtrak's former presidents. And then over here we have the highly anticipated TrainWorld 2 version. Comes with all the same graphics that are on the prototype. We made this as authentic as we could. We worked with the TrainWorld 2 people. They were really, really great to work with, and we're really excited to bring this to market. In our Thomas & Friends range, we have some new samples here to show off. We have our very first unpainted sample of Henrietta, which I'm sure Doug Blaine will be talking about more on Thomas Tuesday coming up. We also have our first painted sample of Emily here in N-scale, which not only is she the first ever N-scale model of Emily, she's the first ever N-scale Sterling single. So we're pretty excited about that. She's going to be available in a train set with her coaches and for separate sale. We also have Gordon. This is the first painted sample for Gordon. He should be coming out later this year. And in HO scale, we have our first sample of Bo, which is the American 4-4R locomotive. And in large scale, of course, we have our new 129 scale GP40s. We're very excited about these. We just got the paint samples in, and these are just beautiful locomotives. They have all the same functionality as the Dash 9s we released last year. They have working lighting, they have interior features, they have a wealth of details, and just like the Dash 9s, they come ready for the inclusion of, or the installation of DCC, sound, or RC, or whatever system you want with a non-proprietary circuit board installed. And then on the GP40 for CSX here, you can see we've removed the dynamic brake hatch, and you've got all the easy access to all the buttons for lights, smoke, tracker battery power, large scale or NMRA power, and your motor on and off switch.
Good morning, I'm Lee English from Bowser Manufacturing, and I'm here with Ken Bianco from Train World, and I'm showing a few new trinkets here. On the table we have some 3D printed samples of the Alco C415. I plan to have that early 2025. It's a very obscure engine, and we're pretty much going to do every road day. Right now, after the Chinese New Year, we'll be starting the tooling on the SD40-2W, the wide cab locomotive for the CN, and that hopefully will progress along the way. I wish I had a better idea of delivery scheme, but right now we've got so many locomotives piled up that we just can do them all as quick as we can, so please bear with us. We also are redesigning the SD40 and putting in all the new lighting. Next week we have a ship docking in New York with more RS3s and boxcars, and also we just have lots of stuff going on, and I hope you appreciate our stuff, and make sure you visit Train World. Now we're doing the Alco C415. It's a really kind of obscure locomotive, but for you Alco people, it's really in demand. we will be announcing official SKUs and prices in about 6 or 7 weeks. And you can get all your stuff at Train World Trainland, and I hope you love it.
Hi there everybody, I'm Dana with Walthers Trains here at the Amherst Railway Model Show, and we've got some cool Walthers Proto locomotives to show you. We have our new E8s and E9 locomotives. These just came in and they're available now. We have them available in some really cool vintage paint schemes like the Burlington and both this C&O and B&O and this kind of unique paint scheme here. We also have the locomotives that pull our recent City of San Francisco train. We have a yellow Milwaukee Road. There's also a Union Pacific version, which I don't have here to show you. It's a great southern green scheme. And then for our Pennsy fans, we have a couple different Pennsylvania schemes. In Tuscan, we have the wide stripe and the pinstripe versions. Those look great pulling your general passenger cars. And then the one in particular we're really excited to offer is this Union Pacific E9. And it's decked out to match the actual locomotive that currently pulls the Union Pacific Heritage Fleet excursion trains. So it has a lot of the modern details on it, including the beacon and working ditch lights, which are really cool. And all of these are available either with standard DC or with Loxon 5. So they run and sound great. And they're all available as single A units or in AB or AA sets as appropriate. Like I said, if you have all your Heritage Fleet cars and you're looking for something to pull it, this is really the locomotive you're going to want. Alright, another new Walthers Proto car we have, and this one we're really excited to bring out. These are pre-production samples of the 110-ton Greenbrier heavy-duty flat car. These are really common with the Department of Defense. They haul all sorts of military equipment and containers. And this one is fully detailed with all sorts of separate handrails, some of the nice deck detail here. Again, this is a pre-production sample, but it doesn't have quite all the parts on it. But it gives you an idea, and then the fully detailed underbody. So again, these are still available for pre-order, and look for them to come later this summer. We're also continuing to expand our Walthers Proto Amtrak line with, we're restocking our Amfleet cars as well as our Superliners, and the one car type we're really excited to have is this Club Dinette car, which features an all-new interior. It's available in some great classic and contemporary Amtrak paint schemes. And this one is going to be coming this spring, so I'm sure you're going to want to add it to your Amtrak roster. And you can get this in both lighted versions that feature an LED lit interior as well as an unlit version. We also have some great new announcements and products to show you in mainline. Namely, we have multiple versions of open and shielded auto racks available. These were very common cars that ran in the 60s into the 80s. And they feature all sorts of great detail on the decks, as well as the shields here. You can see have some nice realistic corrugations. And these are available in bi-level and tri-level versions. Another exciting new mainline car is this 53-foot GSC flat car. This is newly tooled with die-cast metal, so it stays on the rails really well, whether it's loaded or unloaded. This new version is decked out to represent a TOFC car. So it has the trailer hitch details, the side rail details. We also have, even some underbody detail, which is good to show for even on a mainline car. You have some brake detail and stuff like that. These are currently available now. So look for your favorite road name. All right, and then for all you N-scalers out there, we got you covered in Cornerstone. We have N-scale versions of our very popular kits in HO, the Golden Valley Depot and the Golden Valley Freight House. These come with all sorts of details to add. We've got also clear windows, window frames. You see that you have a foundation, and then the station also includes a platform, and the freight house also includes a loading ramp. And these are in stock now. And then a cornerstone kit we're really excited to come out with. This is a hand-built pre-production sample. It is this mid-century modern freight house. It features a brick freight office, as well as the large freight building, this large flat roof and freight loading platform. It's based on a prototype that actually existed in North Carolina. On a southern branch line, but it still exists to this day. And the cool thing is this design is very indicative of what you would see in the 1950s that would serve all the way into the 1980s. So we're really excited to have this kit. It features a ton of different details, some very detailed window frames, freight doors, personnel doors, and we think it's going to be a lot of fun for people to build and kit bash this into a signature scene on their layout. And in Scene Master, we have a couple really exciting items that are coming out that are going to add a lot of detail to a lot of city scenes, country scenes, on a whole bunch of layouts, and that's these Grumman LLV mail trucks. You'd see these for the last 30 years or so. These were common all over the country and in Canada. We're doing multiple U.S. postal schemes, officially licensed, as well as multiple Canada Post schemes. One thing to note is these are pre-production models, so they don't have all the details on them yet. You can see the paint though, the taillights and things are painted, the insignias are nice and clear. But these will also have some rear view mirrors and items like that you would see on an actual prototype postal truck. Those detail parts will be on the final production model. And these are coming real soon. They'll be here probably in the next month or two. And finally, for Walthers track, we keep expanding all our lines, code 70, code 83, code 100. We'll be bringing out new pieces every year. One of the more exciting pieces that people have really liked are these pre-built single crossovers. Like our turnouts, they're DCC friendly. You can easily power the frogs with these built-in soldering lugs. They also have sprung switch points, so you can use them right on the box. And whereas you would normally have to make your own crossovers by putting two turnouts together and figuring out the wiring, we've done that all for you. So these are pre-built, pre-wired. Basically, all you have to do is just put them in place and they're ready to go on your layout. These are available now, and they're available in right and left-hand versions.
Hello Train World, and welcome to the Kato USA booth here at the Amherst 2024 show. We've got a wide variety of products here on display. Of particular note and worthy of mention is our new Day 1 E8 passenger locomotive, painted for that very special day on the first day of Amtrak operations. And in case you like past, present, and future, we have the ALC 42 version of that currently available, and both of these can be ordered through, of course, Train World. Also running around our display is our latest run of ST70 Aces in Montana Rail Link and BNSF.
Yeah.
Also available in Union Pacific. And shortly we'll see our big boy, which everyone's wondering, when's the sound version coming? We are inspecting them, and they will be coming out in the next couple of months. So just going through the last step of quality control. You'll also see, as the big boy goes by, we still of course have our 50th anniversary P42s, and coming late winter, early spring will be a run of Canadian Pacific and Union Pacific SD90 Max with updated paint schemes and very accurate colors. In conjunction with that, we're re-releasing Canadian Pacific and Canadian National aluminum auto racks with a fresh set of road numbers. And of course, being here in the Northeast, we have to talk about the Viewliner 2 series of cars. We have our first set of pre-production painted samples. Again, these will be coming out in the next few months with our Amtrak Phase 3 scheme with the modern logos. I'm holding here the diner car. This will be a 4-car set with a diner, baggage dorm, and 2 sleepers. So definitely check those out if you like modeling modern Amtrak equipment. And the last thing I'll point us to is right over here as the trains go by, our Phase 7 ALC 42, which is a perfect thing to pull those new view liners. We have our 11-211 lighting kit inside of it, so you get the light up vent. And of course, yeah, the latest and greatest from Amtrak. We love the Phase 7, very, very sleek. So if you want any more information on these products, you can go to KatoUSA.com, and if you'd like to order anything, of course, check out TrainWorld.com.
Hey everybody, Curtis Koch here from Broadway Limited Imports. We got some exciting stuff here at the booth here at Amherst today. We've got our brand new Paragon 4 GS4 locomotives. These will be arriving to Train World in the next 7 to 10 days. They just left the Port of Los Angeles. So they'll be distributed and in stores soon. So if you haven't gotten your order of them yet, make sure you get yours today. We got on the track here today the 1981 version of the 4449. We've also got the modern day version of 4449, the classic BNSF employee special here, and we've also got the War Baby all black version. We do have a second run scheduled for 2024, so if you haven't gotten yours or if you missed out on any particular paint scheme, make sure that you get your orders in next year. Stealth will be offered in the run next year as well, but we still got a lot of good options here in Paragon 4 that you might want to take advantage of. These sound fantastic, recorded off the real 4449. These are going to be in stores, like I said, later this week in Train World, about 7 to 10 days. So if you haven't gotten your order in, now is the time before we sell out. We got 2 cool items to show you here today. First is our early pre-production sample of our Class D 4-truck Shay. Now this is a plastic sample, it's got a 3D printed boiler, but when the model comes, all the plastic shell that you see here will be die-cast metal, and the brass parts will be brass as well. Metal gears here, so you won't have that easy wear and tear with plastic. These will be in stores, we're hoping about early to mid 2025. We're working right now to see if they can get to 18-inch radius curves, because right now it's set at 22 as the minimum radius. We heard from a lot of customers they want it at 18, so we're working on that right now. That's why there's a little bit of a setback. The second item I want to show you guys today is our brand new Paragon 4 Shark Nose locomotives coming in HO scale. We've got the Pennsylvania Railroad one here for you. Tons of great details and accurate sounds. The classic nose that these locomotives are known for, the horn package, the antenna array. And besides these, we also have a bunch of other prototypical paint schemes, New York Central, Delaware and Hudson, to name a few. And on top of that, we've got multiple really sharp looking fantasy schemes. Here we've got the Santa Fe example here for you. Santa Fe never purchased these locomotives, but they did test them. So it's kind of a fun what if scenario, what if they did purchase them. But it looks great on these Shark Nose locomotives, again, coming this spring of 2024. So if you haven't gotten your order in just yet, make sure you do before we sell out of them as well. In case you missed it, this was our special announcement in HO scale coming this year. We've got a 5-car set of Pennsylvania Railroad passenger cars coming in HO scale. What's included is a PB70 combine, 3 P70 coaches, and a Z74D business car. You can purchase the combine and the business car separately, along with the P70 separately if you choose to. We have many different variations coming, but we got, for the sets here, we got the 30s version, the 40s version, and the 50s version. So whatever era you model the Pennsylvania Railroad, you're gonna want these passenger car sets for your locomotives. They look great behind an E6, they look great behind a K4 that we've made in the past. Whatever Pennsylvania Railroad locomotive you have, you gotta get one of these. It's a must-have for Pennsylvania Railroad modders. And the best part is that we've worked with the historical societies on these cars. So these are gonna be incredibly detailed, individually controlled lighting functions. Pre-order now at TrainWorld.com and get yours today. We've got some great N-scale steam locomotive offerings for you. We're gonna look at our N-scale USRA Pacific. This is the Reading, Blue Mountain, and Northern 425, which operates today in excursion service. Lots of great details, great sounds. These are in stores now at TrainWorld.com, so go ahead and order yours today. We've got lots of these still left, so if you missed out on a pre-order or missed the order deadline, you can order yours today. We've got the N-scale Reading T1s that you've been patiently waiting for. The Christmas ones are in stock now, but if you're looking for the American Freedom Train or the Reading and Blue Mountain and Northern version, these will be in stores about mid-February. We're just waiting for them to get from us to the from the factory to us rather. But these locomotives are great. The Paragon 4 versions have smoke, First time in an N-scale Northern that we have smoked, and these are going to be, again, in stores mid-February. We're just waiting for them to arrive, but these are going to be, like I said, great models, great sounds, recorded from the real T1 2101 in Pennsylvania here. So if you haven't gotten yours already, get yours today. We've got 4 of our new offerings of GP30s here for you. We've got many other paint schemes that aren't pictured here, but make sure if you haven't gotten your order in to get yours today, because we're really close to being fully sold out on these. We're at 97%. So if there's a road name that you like that you haven't gotten an order in yet for, make sure you do so today. We got the Santa Fe version here, along with the Southern High Hood, Norfolk and Western High Hood, and the Union Pacific 844. This is the one that's at the Nevada Railway Museum and still runs today. We've got the prototypical Union Pacific versions as well. So make sure, again, if you haven't gotten your order in at Train World, do so today before we're completely sold out of these. These have been really successful so far, and we've got more coming up of another announcement later this year.
My name is Mike Dunstan. I am with MRC, and we are introducing our next command station and ecosystem for DCC users and now LCC users. We are starting off with our gateway device, which allows our existing Prodigy users to now have some options on the future of different types of throttles, different brands, including our own throttle that we are working on. This will be available, these two we are estimating sometime mid to late summer, which, you know, that's the goal. Our throttle has a full color display, and it has function hotkeys that a lot of people are wanting, so they can say, you know, trigger various functions and not have to remember their numbers. They will see on the screen a text-based description. So instead of F1, it'll be whistle, or F2 can be horn, F3 can be bell, and it'll actually say that on the screen. We're also making it so that you can name your trains, so you don't have to remember their DCC address. They will be able to have a name to them. So you can have an Amtrak passenger train or an express, or give it an actual name from the line, and it'll show up on the throttle when the users go to their roster or while they're operating on the train. We are also introducing a new command station, which has a default 5 amp output to the main track, integrated programming track. We also have LCC support between all of these devices that we are introducing. So you can now use any LCC product with the MRC products that we are announcing as next. And we are hoping to have the command station out towards the tail end of fall, you know, late fall, possibly into the winter. So we are looking at how can we make this also easy for the user. We want users to be able to literally pick up the new throttle and start playing or operating with their trains. No confusion, making it simple, making trains fun for the users without having complications. So that's pretty much what we've got for today.